Hey everybody, welcome back to Occupy Democrats. And there are a couple of cliches in life that Donald Trump tends to just flat out ignore his whole life, but especially in politics. And I think it's going to actually be what causes his end. And if you'd like to see him end it, just subscribe to the channel. But in this breaking story, one of the cliches is you are what you eat. Duh, Donald. But also, you can be judged by the company that you keep. And that's the core of this breaking story. Who Donald Trump surrounds himself and also endorses because they just love him. That's what happens when you choose autocracy over meritocracy. And that is what this breaking story is. Remember what Donald Trump had to say about the My Pillow guy, Mike Lindell, here?
I'm pointing to Mike Lindell. That man suffered. The FBI thugs went up to him and they took away everything he had. He suffered, and Mrs. Lindell, and he never changed his mind. He said that election of 2020 was rigged, and he's more of a believer today than he was even 4 years ago.
And then post the 2020 election, Lindell just kept going with his lawsuits and claims that he had it all figured out because he was hanging out with General Flynn. I
talked to General Flynn today, and there's about 11 people that have been shown the complete plan.
Right.
And he looked at this plan, and he said, he's a general. They got plans all the time. And he said it's beautiful. He doesn't see any holes in it.
And then, of course, whoopsie poop, you lost every single time and twice on Sundays. And boy, are you broke.
My Pillow is being evicted from one of its warehouses in the state. A judge granted the eviction. The company's landlord, who said it owes more than $200,000 in unpaid rent. This is the latest in a string of legal and financial blows to CEO Mike Lindell. The My Pillow guy reportedly owes Fox News almost $8 million in advertising fees, and his former lawyers said he was dropped as a client over millions of dollars in unpaid legal fees.
And so what's he doing now? Yeah, he's running for governor in the state of Minnesota.
I've been attacked right now, more now, since the election ended in November 6th. You got to ask yourself, why would they be attacked? They've attacked my Lindell Recovery Network. Keith Ellison, Attorney General of Minnesota, went after that because they want to keep their weapon to steal our elections, which are the computers and the voting machine. But we will never stop. We're not going to stop because I don't want Donald Trump, our great real president, to be a Band-Aid and then, they can start stealing it all back in 2 years.
And in this breaking story, when you care more about autocracy than meritocracy, you are what you eat and the company that you keep. And the GOP is shaking in their boots because Donald Trump loves him some Lindell, and it's a big problem. Check this story out. Breaking news. Top Republicans worry GOP will be, in quotes, cooked if Mike Lindell, My Pillow guy, wins nomination for governor. President Donald Trump's rhetoric and My Pillow CEO Mike Lindell's campaign for governor of Minnesota are testing Republicans' optimism in the state. In quotes, we should be able to beat Tim Walz with a dog. House GOP whip Tom Emmer, Republican Minnesota, told Politico recently, but many Republicans in the state fear that Trump will sabotage the party's chances. In quotes, when the president comes in with a flamethrower and just throws that type of rhetoric, there's no oxygen and there's no space for the Republican to offer suggestions and to be thoughtful in that space because the rhetoric of the president just paints them into a corner. Former Minnesota GOP Deputy Chair Michael Broadcorb explained, and Lindell's push to win the governor's nomination has only added to the consternation. In quotes, we'd be cooked. Republican strategist Dustin Grage admitted, I'd be moving to Florida very shortly. We would lose pretty badly if Mike Lindell were to get the nomination. Former Minnesota House Speaker Kurt Dowd, Republican, warned that Trump's participation in the race could backfire. In quotes, if Lindell is the candidate, that's what the election will be about, Dowd added. It'll definitely be easier for Walz to make an election about Trump if Mike Lindell is the candidate, no question. And this is my base point about Donald Trump. No matter how bad a smell emits from his either physical body or from the bodies that he keeps around him and their lack of integrity and or history, like the My Pillow guy, Mike Lindell, Trump can't even smell how bad it is for him, but everybody else can. But he'll ignore it because he will keep anybody around, no matter how decaying and denigrating their presence may be, as long as they pat him on the back and tell the Mango Muppet how marvelous he is. We'll see how that works out for you in Minnesota, Donnie. You guys like and share the video and stay frosty.